Timeless, the exhibition that's being curated for the Pacific Design Center this summer. And you mentioned ubiquitous computing as the crossover between computer science, behavioral science, and design.
If it's not just computation embedded into everyday things, but everyday environments, in our walls, in our ceilings, in our floors.
Architecture essentially is a skin, and it's a structure, it's a system of all these things, and it separates like one environment from another, right? Where all the magic happens is like between the wall and you, right? So it becomes this void between where you are experiencing it and whatever. What it does is say, how can we start designing that intermediate space, right? So we start to tweak what these windows do. We start tweaking how the structure operates. We start tweaking, whatever it is, the size, the sound, the material of it that gives off different reverberations or whatnot that will alter the experience between how the light or the sound from the edge of this thing gets to you. Now, this is not a new idea. Like, it's been incorporated into acoustic designs for sound. It's been incorporated into lighting design.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me. This is a sparring program, similar to the programmed reality of the Matrix. It has the same basic rules like gravity. What you must learn is that these rules are no different than the rules of a computer system.
Film includes architecture in the sense that you need a space in which to stage what you're going to be filming. And they have to not only make a space that is functional in most cases for the actor to work with so that they can actually have some sort of real reaction to the space that they're in, but they also have to make the space unreal.
It's all photos. Everything you're looking at in there is a photo. Whether it's taken at 60 frames per second or 8 frames per second or 24 frames per second, however many frames per second, you can take a lot of photos really fast. And you can stall something in time. You can make it stop and really have a chance to examine it and look at it. But when you line them up, you still have that perception that it's moving. You see all these things in front of you, but yeah, they aren't moving. They're still pictures.
I mean, everything that you look around is just a series of parts, right? But it's like, what you're interested in is the whole.
Computer and programs.
And what you have to understand is like we're already whole and we're all part of a whole, right? So like this, this everything, this, all the parts and pieces of this, of the whole, sort of like come together to where it's like, where am I in relationship to all these things, and how do all these things have a relationship to me?
These generations of design and make really cool forms, but in the end you have a static building that's not doing anything. So you use these kind of ideas from biology up to a point of design, and then the actual built form is something static, which, my interest lies in taking that to the next level of, well, these ideas and processes ought to be in our actual buildings. In the end, the building should adapt, and they should do something, because everything out there in the world is constantly moving for a reason. It's adapting.